If you're buying a home this year in 2026 in the Minot and surrounding area, or just anywhere in general, this is a home buying mistake that you want to avoid at all costs. And this is something that I personally experienced myself, and I never want to see this happen again, which is why I want to make this video. Now, this isn't just for a first-time home buyer. This could be for somebody who wants to maybe upsize. You can see this is a smaller house in this one. Maybe you need more square footage. You have a home here that's maybe 3 beds, 2 baths. Now it's time for, hey, I'm ready for a 5-bedroom home. I think that best fits our family. Maybe we just want a bigger yard. Or this could be maybe somebody that wants to relocate. So this video is not just for first-time home buyers. And the mistake is avoiding the financial, emotional roller coaster. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, I decided to make this little presentation here that hopefully it makes sense. And honestly, it's looking for homes before getting an actual pre-approval letter. So if we start the roller coaster, you're thinking, hey, I'm ready to start looking at homes. And now it's like, hey, you know what? I have a good paying job. I make all this money. I think that we can afford a $500,000 home. So now we're way up here, right? We see the home. We found our dream home. Hey, this is a perfect 5-bedroom home for us. I'm going to claim that room. This child's going to have that room. We're going to use this space as an office. And you know what, Tanner, hey, we love this home, but we just want to look at one more home just in case we like this other one better. So now we're looking at maybe a $450,000 home, right? We're not at 500. And it's like, well, you know what? This yard for the 450 isn't as big as the $500,000 home. And you know what? We just don't maybe need all that space. We're going to rock and roll with the $450,000 home. Tanner, let's write on it. I love it. I want to get this house. So then it's like, well, we're going to put in an offer. It's, of course, contingent on financing. And then all of a sudden, I get a phone call from the lender. He goes, Tanner, we got an issue. I said, what's going on? Well, we can only pre-approve them to 375. And hearing that is, the emotional roller coaster. And maybe you like homes at this price point, right? But we started way up here, 500. Now it's 450. And now it's like we're down at 375. And again, maybe you love the homes in this area, but if you're already imagining, I'm going to be in this room, kids that room, office, huge yard, maybe a 3-stall garage, you're already imagining how you're going to use and fill up the space. And now you're coming down to maybe you don't get all that space. It's a huge roller coaster, and we just want to avoid the peak and the valley, right? We want to eliminate this little area right here. And that's what getting a pre-approval letter does. So you actually know what you can afford and what you can't afford, just so that we can prevent this gray area in between here. Now, I want to include one last bonus topic, and that is a home sale contingency. Say, for example, you need to sell your home first before you can buy the next one. Like you generally have to. Like you have to get it off the books. It's a complicated process. It deserves, honestly, a video on its own, and it's a case-by-case situation. But, this is good information to start processing ahead of time before you start looking at homes, to where it's like we actually have to get this home off the books before we buy the next one, which is why I highly recommend, if you're going to be financing the next home, to talk with your favorite lender. Hopefully you found this video valuable. I know it could get a little bit boring sometimes dealing with all this information, but information is super important when it comes to home buying and financial situations. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.